Alright guys, welcome back. This is the Alcatel V1 model number 5007U, and this person lost their SIM card tray, so we managed to make for them a solution that they are able to read their SIM card, and you can see the name of the network, and this is what we did. So if you want to see how we went about it, watch the video till the end. See you in the video. Alright, welcome back. My attempt is to allow this person to be able to use a SIM card, but they lost the SIM card tray. Though I noticed that when I pushed in this paper to gauge the depth of the SIM card slot, it turns out that this terminal was hanging in loose and it returned with a piece of paper. And this was my estimated length. Needed to know how far this paper goes to stop, and that would provide us a template as to how far in the line should enter. But now that I've noticed that out, I need to go inside and see if this thing has a port problem and whether we can help this person. So I'm prying in along that length. I put my fingernail here where the SIM slot should go. That part is normally a bit weaker, and therefore it's easy to get in. Now this has a fingerprint. We'll press this down as we lift the cover such that we don't tamper with the connector at any point. Okay, so like that, and that has to remain down, and then okay, so that's open right there. Now we are going to open the SIM area, okay, the main motherboard that contains the SIM slot, and let's get in. So we are simply removing this. Oh, if you're wondering, this is actually an Alcatel 5007U, made in China, Science Park, Hong Kong, China. Because Republic of China, I guess they're all China. It's made in China. Hong Kong, Taiwan, China. I don't know whether they're considered states, city-states. This is interesting. Okay, so now that there's that there, we will have to lift this such that we don't tear the fiber that we were so interested in conserving. Now we will have to first unglue this and allow that to slip through. Okay, like that, and then disconnect the battery, disconnect the fiber going to the lower board, disconnect the screen fiber, examine if there is any screw. There is that, unscrew that, and then okay, is there any form of glue holding this down? None that I can seem to see, but let me disconnect the camera modules just to give us that allowance. Okay, this is interesting. Is there supposed to be some sort of adhesive? Let's disconnect the coaxial right there and pull it to the side. Okay, and then yeah, there's actually a screw there, quite hidden and quite small, almost disappears in the background. Okay, alright, so whenever you meet some resistance, hold on to proceed. Okay, turns out this camera lens may be playing a locking role at some point. Let's see if lifting it out helps our cause. Okay, actually there was a lock here. The camera was inconsequential, so we lift this out. Okay, I think this phone was capable of being dual SIM with one of the terminals, or like the one of the ports shared with the memory card. So this is all right. That means one of the slots will not be working as a SIM card slot, but rather as a memory card thing. But we can't use a memory card here. We just provide a solution that enables them to just use this. Okay, so that one we didn't bring the line. Don't you see that is in witchcraft? I think because we have the line. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut for them a template that they will use to stick a SIM card on. So I can be able to do that. So it's providing one of the SIM cards. Just a scissor. So I'm going to use this as a template. So I'm going to trim this right all the way. Now I wanted to show this video without me having this phone open, but then I guess because we needed to confirm that the SIM card tray can be read, then well and good. Now one of the ways of going around with this is to just Google the image of how the SIM card tray looks like, but if that fails, then you can just use the estimations. Now based on this was how long this needed to go in to be recognized, and let me trim this side flat, okay, like that. Everything okay. So now I am going to stick the SIM card to this, leaving roughly a boundary around it like that, that would approximate the boundary that the tray would provide. So I think usually the notched side is facing away, so I also need to do that to it like that, and then I'm going to use this adhesive rubber glue to stick it, because this is reversible and this is not super glue. Okay, I'm just going to put a little at the back of the SIM card and then stick that there. Okay, that is stuck there. We're going to give it time for the bond to form as we put back the motherboard in. Okay. Okay, now I had another idea for this, but I'll link that video right here, how to use a phone having lost the SIM card tray. So I'll link that video here. This is another approach that has just come to me right now, saying that they forgot the SIM card tray, so the SIM card that is supposed to belong here. I think that want to return. Okay, there. We plug this in, plug that in, plug back. Okay, camera modules, main, and then secondary. Bring our two screws lock them in, and then are we? Okay. My remote. My remote wants to misbehave. Okay. Okay, then we plug in the battery. Alright, bring back our coaxium right there. Okay, and then this, but we need to remember that this first plugs there. And then it slides into that slit like that. Be careful not to touch the camera lens, because we don't want the images to become unclear after you've finished with the repairs. Now, first of the screws. Second, I think our thing is also drying right there. And then this. And then that. And then this. Then that. And then that. So they are all here, and I'm going to put back this padding around our sensor to prevent it dangling around. One last screw remains, absent minding itself. Okay, so we need to put the back cover, and as I told you, when putting back the back, you make sure the side that has these buttons comes and sits like this onto the buttons. Otherwise, if you begin with the other side, you most likely will push and rip off those black things. So this side first, like that, and then the rest comes into play. So those are some of the things you need to pay attention to. Okay. The button is this on this side. Camera button or what? Okay. So this button here, that's deciding to get out of its jurisdiction, so you need to adhere it so it's not roaming around far. Okay, so right there. Now I believe that this has bonded enough. So now how we're going to analyze, remember when we held it this way, the motherboard, the SIM card was on the other side of the motherboard, on the underside. That means the contact points are on the upper side, so this thing will have to go in this side in first, and it turns out to be wide, so we are going to trim it from the sides. So let me trim this end. Okay. So this is it. When we are looking at the back of the phone, the underside of the SIM card comes in. So we go in all the way, and that's how long it goes in. We'll pull it back out like that. It is a bit firm, which is a bit beneficial, so it doesn't slide out by itself. So let's again push it in like that, and then we can mark the ending point like that. And then now I'm going to fold it so that that point sort of provides some manner of grip. Should there be need to pull out the SIM card tray. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. Push it in that way. So this, I feel like, can lie to the side there for easy pulling out. Now we're going to power on the phone and then see if that allows us to see the SIM card. Alcatel, I think it's called 1V. What I showed you earlier is the model number. Now this is a second form of solution. Maybe next time I'll show you the first one we ever stumbled across. So there's need for rubber glue. Startup sound. Okay, so if you look carefully, it's showing Airtel 2K. So that's it for today's video. I have shown you how to make a SIM card tray in case you've lost a SIM card. See you in the next video.